Alright lads, so the movie characters have finally received their resurrection. I know, I'm a bit late to it, but let's finally talk about the first character of a series of videos that I will be going over some of these new resurrections. I want to try and cover everyone, but some of them just aren't worth talking about. Who is worth talking about though, is this movie One Ichigo, Memories of Nobody, featuring Senna in his special. Let's talk about it. Senna! So even before this character's resurrection did come out, Movie 1 Ichigo was considered to be one of the better movie characters, up there alongside with Kokuto, and Kokuto is also in line to get a resurrection very soon, so that's also going to be exciting. But when you have a character that was already pretty good, that was missing some key stuff that we knew when eventually getting his resurrection he was going to receive, and if Caleb did this character right, he would be up there with one of the better heart characters, and that's exactly what we did get in this resurrection. So looking at his pre-resurrection state, you can see some big things that are stopping this character from being as good as he could be. The two big things that he is missing right here is a berserker value and devastation. Now the berserker value not being there is perfectly fine. When a character like this came out, you know, it was perfectly normal for a character to have frenzy and no berserker. Berserker plus frenzy combo didn't start happening until like late 2019, but not having devastation really did hurt this character. Again, you need to remember that when this character did come out, dupes weren't really that sought after. Just having the character 1 out of 5 was perfect. So not that many people actually did hunt for dupes, and even having said that, the dupe system wasn't really there. Transcendence didn't exist. So not having that 40% devastation, it really did hurt characters like this, especially when you're trying to use their soul bomb to completely wipe up floors or rooms in any kind of quest. In single player, you could get away with it, you could probably rock a tension tie, and you would be fine. But when it comes to co-op, nuking an entire room with just his soul bomb was almost impossible because of that lack of 40% devastation. So we knew going into this character's resurrection, before it even came out, he was definitely going to pick up 40% devastation, because that is what the trend Caleb has set up. Almost every character that doesn't have bombardment, that doesn't have devastation at 40% already, is going to pick that up, or they're going to see their devastation value be increased to 40%. In this case, Ichigo didn't have devastation, so he picked it up upon his resurrection. In addition to that, he also got another very good skill, and that is the berserker plus 20%, making it so you can do even more damage on your strong attacks, which is always what you want to see, especially with characters like this. Now, as far as berserker and devastation does go, that makes him a better playable character. But what about his soul trait? Because this is for the people that aren't really going to be using this character. They want to make their current heart characters even better. Now, Ichigo already before resurrecting was a strong attack recharge minus 14% link, so he was already another very good link. And going into it, I really wasn't expecting too much, because we know that the heart attribute already has access to a pretty decent amount of good hybrid links. You know, you have Nelliel, strong attack recharge 14%, strong attack damage 16%. You already have all these very good heart links, so seeing a character like this get strong attack damage, I honestly didn't think was likely. And that was kind of true, but they actually did it better than that. They gave him damage inflicted at full stamina plus 16%. He is now the second character in the game to have this kind of soul trait, being able to have recharge and full stam at 16%. This makes him a very good character in general, just as playing him, and also makes him a very good link for every heart character in the game. Even characters like Tokinada, for example. If you can ensure that you're not going to take damage, that full stam is now buffing your strong attacks, your nads, and also your soul bomb on the Tokinada at the same time, giving you 14 recharge to make sure that your boost can also come back a lot faster, and the same can also be said for Masaki. So this link right here is definitely one of the most powerful links in the game. 14 recharge and damage inflicted at full stam, 16%. Again, the reason why this is so good is because it not only affects your strong attacks, it affects your normal attacks, and it also affects your soul bomb damage. And with a lot of content out there where they have some tanky enemies, every bit of damage that you can get is always going to help. So this Ichigo is, with this resurrection, is going to go down as a very good resurrection, not only for making him a more playable character, but at the same time making him one of the best links that Heart has to offer, which is actually a very good compliment when you consider that the Heart attribute already has access to very good links, to the point where you really have to decide what links you want to equip now, because before it was always just the same 3, and now with this Ichigo, you gotta pick and choose which one you want to bring. And I think this Ichigo soul trait, as long as you can ensure that you're not going to take damage, is always going to be used on my Heart characters. So we already know Ichigo is now a very good Link, one of the best Links in the game. But what about him being an actual playable character? Well, like I said, the skills that he did pick up, Berserker plus 20%, the full stam on his soul trait, and the 40% devastation, definitely fix the problems this character has, and it definitely makes him a way better character that if I see in my co-op game now, I'm not really going to complain about it because he's actually pretty decent now. But when compared to, you know, end of month characters or characters in his attribute, he definitely does lack a bit, but that's expected when a character like this came out 3 years ago. You can't expect him to now be like the top 5 heart characters, but he's definitely pushing it. As far as mid-month characters go, ones that don't have Havoc, I would say if he released nowadays, I would think he's a pretty good character. With that kind of skills that he does have, with the strong attacks that he does have, he actually plays considerably well, and I did actually enjoy my time playing with this character on my Guildmate Blitz account, because I actually don't own the character, because I own no movie characters besides Senna, who I will make a showcase on in a couple of days' time, so stay tuned for that. Now, one thing I do want to say, a little fun fact for the video, is his soul bomb animation. Obviously, it does feature Senna, which is a very cool touch, because for the most part, playing with this character, he doesn't feel like a movie character. This is one of the complaints I have for Bankai Shuhei. You know, you're playing with Bankai Shuhei, it doesn't really feel like you're using his Bankai. The only time you actually see him do the Bankai is in his Soul Bomb. And the same can be kind of said for this Ichigo. You're using him and it just feels like a normal Bankai Ichigo, but then when you use his Soul Bomb is when you actually see Senna. So personally, if I was kind of nitpicking, I would have liked to see Senna show up in more of his strong attacks, but at that point I guess there would have been a tag team character, maybe Killer didn't want to do that, but I am at least happy that Senna does show up in the Soul Bomb, and you get this pretty cool shot of Ichigo and Senna doing an attack together at the same time. And I'm a massive fanboy of this. For the most part, a lot of specials in the game feel a bit lonely. They're alone in this empty world and doing a massive attack, so I really do appreciate when Killer take the time to add characters into the Soul Bomb animation to make it feel a bit less lonely, and that's what you have here. Ichigo and Senna doing attack at the same time. I'm a fanboy for that, what can I say? But in conclusion, lads, if I was to rate this character out of 10 in terms of what kind of resurrection upgrade he did get, I would honestly give this character 10 out of 10. He got exactly what he needed. Unfortunately, what he needed doesn't make him, again, the best heart character, but you can't really expect that in the first place. What he needed was more damage on his strong attacks, and he also needed devastation. He picked up the 40% devastation, he got the 20% berserker, and on top of that, he also got damage inflicted at full stam, which fun enough also goes into his soul bomb. So this character pre-resurrection went from barely able to nuke anything to now actually being a pretty good nuke, and at the same time, even if you don't like this character, even if you don't want to use him, he's still at the end of the day a very good link for your future heart characters. So if this character does actually get put into a character pack sometime next month, I would definitely recommend most people do pick it up. Not only is it giving you around 366 orbs for the price of $25, you're also getting a very useful link that you will be using, so you don't have to worry about your money going to waste. That being said, hope you guys did enjoy this quick breakdown review of this new resurrected Ichigo. Again, more to come. I will be talking about Ganryu, and I will be talking about Senna too, probably Toshiro too, but as for the others, Kusaka and the twins, probably not. They didn't really get a considerable upgrade that's even worth talking about, unfortunately. But that being said, in the comments below, let me know what you guys do think about this Ichigo. How you liking him? Are you actually playing with this character post-resurrection? I don't have him, but when he does get a character pack, if he does, I'll definitely be picking him up. That being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you lads in the next one. Peace.